and welcome to
Gank that drink!
A supernatural drinking game podcast. This is season 2, episode 7, Houses of the Holy and Bad Sign.
You already know that in each episode of Gank That Drink, we're gonna assign ourselves just a plethora of drinking rules.
We're up to a plethora now.
Yes,
we
we're
have
up to
13. No, we're gonna make it 15 tonight.
Mm-hmm. And even though we both know what a plethora is, we assign ourselves. I just love that word and the movie Three Amigos. Shout out!
Yeah.
But we will be playing along with the ever luscious, always exotic, and somehow just manly and womanly at the same time show Supernatural.
Is it though? I don't know. Of course, after we watch and play, we will discuss both episodes in their entirety while probably tipsy. And we will evaluate the rules we played in our quest to curate for you the perfect Supernatural Season 2 drinking game.
I am Nate.
And I am Krissy. And tonight we're watching episode 13, Houses of the Holy, Kim Manners episode. Aired on February 1st, 2007. 3.3 million viewers, about par for where we're at. And then episode 14 of season 2, Born Under a Bad Sign, originally aired February 8th, 2007. And
lost 50 million viewers.
So many. It's only 2.8. Yeah. This one, people did not like it.
It lost, a lot of viewers. 2.8 million.
Yeah.
Not good. I don't think we need to say the spoiler alert, but just in case you had a long time to watch it, we'll be talking about the episode in its entirety.
Yeah.
Good job.
But you never know. Like, we might talk about stuff from later seasons as well. So
true that. If you're following along,
we sometimes spoil stuff that hasn't happened yet.
And by we, mostly me. Usually me.
Yes. But we're into season 14 now. I don't think we'll probably do any season 14 spoilers, but...
No, well, I hope not, as I'm only finished now through season 9. I'm on season 10, or I finished season 10. I'm on 11. I can't remember anymore. Did
you see the musical episode yet?
No, not yet.
Then you haven't finished season 10.
Okay, so I'm on season 10.
I've been waiting for you to get there.
Yes.
Okay, so tonight we're listening to a beer.
And we're drinking a show.
This is, why does it say unlimited release? Like, that's dumb.
Is it just...
It's a Lagunitas Maximus IPA, brewed and bottled by the Lagunitas Brew Co. Sonoma County, Petaluma, California. Why does it say unlimited release? Like, isn't that assumed unless it says limited release?
Maybe they're just letting you know that you can get this anytime, anywhere.
Okay.
You think you want a beer that's hard to find? Find a different bottle of beer.
A different beer.
You found this one. It's
this
unlimited.
One's right here. Always.
This one's data plan never runs out.
Okay, let's talk about the rules that we're playing tonight. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right, so...
And if you're binge watching this podcast, feel free to just fast forward through the next 20 seconds or so.
Binge listening, I guess.
Binge listening, yeah.
Okay, so we're still playing Wi-Fi.
Mm-hmm.
Rock Salt. Well, we got to read
Are we going to explain all of them?
Yeah, because what if somebody's like, okay. I want to jump in at episode 7.
All right, so Wi-Fi. If you're ever wondering how they get Wi-Fi, take a drink.
Yes, and I want to just quickly, since we're in episode 7, go over with everybody how much we've played these rules. So this one has happened 4 times over the last 13 episodes. No, over the last 12 episodes. It's only happened 4 times.
Okay, 1 every 3 episodes.
Okay.
Rock salt is anytime the boys use rock salt, take a drink, and then take 2 drinks if the rock salt does not work.
And it happened only once in episode 1, but we did have to double it. Mm-hmm. Playing Concussion, take 2 drinks anytime the boys... concussion, take 2... I can't do it. Concussion. I have a concussion. I'm concussed. Take 2 drinks anytime the boys suffer what would be clearly a traumatic brain injury. This one has happened 7 times.
That we've caught. I'm sure it's probably happened far more times.
In episode 1, episode 2, and episode 5. We're playing Slam.
Anytime there's a slam, take a drink.
Which is by far our most played rule so far.
It's a trademark of the show.
And it's happened twice in episode 1, 5 times in episode 2. Only once in episode 3, we maybe weren't paying attention. 3 times in episode 4, 3 times in episode 5, and only once in episode 6.
Which
Again,
I think we weren't paying
we were a little
much
bit bitter about that
episode
episode.
6, I think we hate watched.
We didn't love it. We're playing toxic masculinity.
Anytime there is toxic masculinity, or at least a debate about it, take a drink.
And we do debate about it. I think we're up to
several debates.
13, 14, 19, over 20 times we've drunk to that.
That also could just be society.
It could be. It's the world of 2007.
Yeah.
We're playing cuts.
Oh, if anyone has got to cut their hands for some demony stuff.
Spell. So if you have to cut your own hand in order to do a spell, or like anytime a demon cut someone's cutting for a spell, take 2 drinks.
Yes.
This happened 5 times. Then we added in episode 3, someone dies, a favorite from season 1.
That's right. Anytime someone dies, take a drink. Take 2 drinks if you didn't know their name.
We're up to 17 on that one, and we added it in episode 3.
Usually 2 an episode.
Yep. In episode 4, we added headache.
Oh, this is such a good one, especially for season 2, because when Sammy gets one of his vision headaches,
just squishes up his face.
Oh, Jared Padalecki in that face all smushed. Take a drink.
It's only happened once.
Enjoy his smush face.
Yep. In episode 5, it happened once. All right. We also added in episode 4, jump scare.
Whenever there's an obvious jump scare, so anytime you're in a scene in a bathroom, get ready, because it's gonna happen.
It happened 6 times between episode 4 and 5.
Or the car door closing, or the trunk. Those are other good jump scare moments too. So I just love jump scare tropes and anyway. Sorry, continue.
In episode 5, we added positive masculinity.
Yeah, anytime there's some positive masculine stuff, so the boys talk about their feelings,
or being healthy.
Make healthy choices, or just anything like that.
It's only happened once. Yeah. Copy a plot. This has not happened yet at all. Take 2 drinks for every episode that copies a plot from another show you can think of. An example being the zombie girlfriend episode of this, which was very, very close to an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We also have, last time, we added broken furniture.
Whenever there's some good old furniture getting broken by bodies flying about, take a drink.
Have a little drink. And black eyes. Take a drink whenever you see a demon with black eyes. So tonight we're adding fake names.
Adding fake names. Anytime the boys use fake names, take a drink. And I kind of want to add 2 drink addendum to this one. If you can name the reference, the band or reference, because sometimes they'll do TV shows or movies. I don't usually TV shows, but movies. If you can get the reference, then I say 2 drinks. And don't try to play yourself out. Be like, oh, I didn't know the reference. I didn't know when he said Scott, and I was trying to think of the other AC/DC guy's name.
I don't know.
Anyway,
okay,
just go with it.
I think that's fair. Hold on, I'm gonna write that down. Double if you know.
Yeah. So if he says this is we're Skywalker and Solo, you'd be like, I don't know what's right. You don't. Yeah. Don't be a jerk.
If they're like, we're agents Tyler and Perry, and you can be like, oh, that's Aerosmith.
Right.
Okay, I get it. That's good. All right, and then I'm adding stay in the circle. Anytime they have to make a circle of salt or anything else, and they tell someone to stay inside, take a drink, double it if that person does not stay in the circle.
I love that rule so much.
All right, we're going to go watch Houses of the Holy and Born Under a Bad Sign, and we'll be right back to tell you how it goes.
We'll see you on the other side.
And we're back.
Yeah, we are.
All right, we're going to talk about starting with Houses of the Holy, which I think is a pretty good episode.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's kind of a monster of the week,
but
it's kind of a monster of the week that oddly ties into a whole season ahead of now, and then 13 more seasons into the future.
Yes.
In a weird way.
There was lots of things that just, if you've seen future seasons of the show and everything, you hear them say, and you're like, but you don't, but you just wait.
Wink,
just wait.
wink. It's almost like this episode exists for the rewatch.
Right. It does almost. And I wonder if at this point in time when they're writing the show, if they know that's where they're going to take it. I think they have to, especially because you already have demons. I
think Kripke has said that his plan was to go up to season 5, and he never thought they would make it, but his plan was to go up to season 5. So I think he already has, like, Castiel and some of the details in his mind. All right, so basically what we have is a cold open of a trashy young lady who she's trashy because 2 things. Smeared eyeliner, which is your first indicator at all times. If somebody has eyeliner that is out of place, that is a bad person who has made bad choices and does not deserve our sympathy.
Or they were just dumped on prom.
One of those 2 things.
Only
maybe
2
both.
options in television.
Maybe both of those things
could
are
be
true.
Both.
But she also has the second factor, which is the exposed bra. Now listen.
Push-up bra.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now. If you're at home and your eyeliner is already done and you're just watching, like, whatever terrible evangelical TV has come on your cable at 3 a.m., there's no universe in which you're still wearing your bra.
Except then I think we do learn about this character later on that it made sense that she was a sex worker and she was probably at a John's house. And
no, but I think she was home for the night.
I think she might. I think
she was in for the night.
I agree.
That bra snaps off first thing.
It does. Right. Well, that's what I'm saying, and I want to root for her, which is why I want to say that she was not at her own house.
That bra comes off in the car on the way home.
It does. Yeah. Yes. No, it does. You're right.
Anywho, she sees a vision of an angel, and then later we learn that she has stabbed a guy in the heart because an angel told her that he was rotten to his very foundations. She tells this to Sam because he's the only one who can go out and work cases
and he sneaks into her mental hospital pretending to be like an orderly.
Meanwhile, Dean is home.
Because Dean is
wanted,
been framed for bank robbery. And,
right, just recently.
Yeah, like last episode.
Yeah. Was it?
Yes,
oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so he's just home with the magic fingers, like being like a crackhead, just needing those magic fingers. It's like all that's happening is the bed is vibrating. It's not.
Yeah, no. Just give Dean a hotel room and a 6-pack, and he's
fine.
Happy.
So anyway,
give him a family though. He can't handle it. So what we find out is that there is a quote unquote angel who is appearing to wayward souls and offering them an opportunity at redemption to murder murderers or murder people who will potentially do terrible things. Right. And Sam, of course, believes that this is 100% an angel. And Dean is like, angels, oh, please. Which makes no sense. Yeah, Dean goes into the whole thing. And I remember the first time I watched this episode having the same thought of where he's like, if I can't see it, it's not real.
But that's
hard
the
proof.
Dumbest.
Right. And I go, you are the two people who give the speech to people about, hey, all those things that you think aren't real and you think that don't exist, well, they're real and we hunt them.
FYI, demons are real.
Right, yes, exactly. We already know demons are real and that hell is real as a concept. So how are you against angels as a concept being...
No, it's real dumb.
Yeah.
It never makes sense. It's like a completely
and Sammy does
fabricated.
A terrible job of trying to convince, like, if I'm Sammy, I got a PowerPoint ready. I got note cards. I've got it all ready for Dean to be like, no, you need...
Or you just don't care.
Yeah, true.
I want to talk for just a second about, and I know we've talked about this before, but like their diet, I think Sammy brings home like a cheeseburger, and it's like, how are these people just eating road food? Never working out and maintaining zero body fat.
I've always wondered that about this show. Just how they maintain the bodies.
But don't you think like it wouldn't be out of place for them to be like looking for roadside hotels that have a gym, or like even just to see them jogging?
Yeah, not many. Yeah, I would expect like a jogging scene or something like that. Yeah, or like one of them has like a nationwide gym membership that they use one of those fake IDs for.
They could have Planet Fitness memberships.
Yeah, and yet... we never see that. We never see one of them coming back in like some sweaty, like sweatpants shorts, like that used to be sweatpants that were cut into shorts, and like, and
like
a
I was
half
out
shirt.
I was out canvassing the neighborhood and also getting my 5K in for the day.
None of them. We never see those scenes. Yet we see Sammy constantly throw Dean a greasy cheeseburger in a wrapper.
Yep.
Which
Bacon
might as well,
cheeseburgers,
if
his
you were to
favorite.
create like a super
The fattest person you can imagine who just rode in cars and sat in hotel rooms.
Yeah, both of these should be like the comic book guy from The Simpsons. Yeah. Two of them.
So we go to the world's giantest church.
Started how it's clearly a Toronto mega church and not a Providence.
They learn that Father Gregory passed away recently. They talk about Mom, blah blah blah. They also talk about Michael, which is if you're listening to this in real time and we're watching season 14, then we all know that all this talk about Michael is either the deepest thread of foreshadowing that has ever existed, or just really significant and fun to look back.
We have Michael and Raphael references.
And Raphael, yeah.
Both of whom we meet within 8 seasons of this episode.
Within 8 seasons. Just you wait. 8 to 12 years.
Yeah.
You'll be very rewarded.
Oh, the jokes will pay off in this episode.
So we get Dad's journal out. Sammy gets busted. So Sammy sees the angel. Mm-hmm. Sammy sees the angel and he's like, I gotta kill this guy. The angel of the Lord is telling me to kill this guy. And so of course Dean's like, no, go have a seance. It's totally Father Gregory. It just is. Go do the seance. I'll go follow this guy. And then basically he gets busted doing the seance, which is hilarious, by the older priest.
House of God.
But they do see that it is Father Gregory and that it is his soul and he's still tied to earth and he's just appearing to people and he's being like, hey, kill this guy, kill this guy, kill this guy.
Right.
Which is like, oh no, it's wrong. And the other priest is like, no, you can't kill.
I would like to... This priest, the live one, is so chill and cool and takes seeing his dead friend not only in stride, but then has the spiritual and emotional guidance to be able to then, within minutes of seeing this dearly departed friend of his,
who died tragically
tragically in front of their church mere months ago, to send him then to the beyond.
Yeah.
Not freak out at all. He treated man, we got another spirit in the crypt again. Another one I forgot to read. Its
Sammy too. What? Hey, you scamp! What are you in here in my crypt with
another
your black
seance
candles?
In my crypt? Oh, you rotten kids!
This is what you prepare your whole life for, because he's got his whole thing. No, that's wrong. But I'm kind of on Father Gregory's side, because he prevents the molestation of a child. He stops a serial killer. Hello. And he prevents the date rape of a young woman. He's doing the Lord's work.
Yes. Is this... I'm either confusing this with another Supernatural episode. It is the other Supernatural episode. We already watched it. It's the traveling church one, correct?
Yeah.
Where she's like, oh,
with,
you gotta hurt bad people, right? It's bad people who do bad things.
Well, no. He has a trapped reaper. You're talking about the one that's called Faith.
Right, that's the trap. Oh, yeah.
Where the reaper is tethered to the woman, and so in order to save someone, you kill someone else.
Right.
Yeah.
But am I thinking of another Supernatural episode where...
probably 12 to 15 other
I know there's others where they there's the whole justification for killing people because they do bad things, but I also may be thinking of an X-Files episode where someone is but it has some sort of religious aspect to it.
The second guy who stabs someone in the heart prevents a 13-year-old girl from being molested.
Yes.
And Dean, in Sammy's place, prevents a young woman from being date raped.
In the most Final Fantasy... or Final Destination.
Final Destination, yes. And he does get killed anyway, so I'm a little unsure of what the message is that we're supposed to receive. Anyway, they give him his last rites, off he goes. Knock, knock, knocking on heaven's door plays.
Oh, classic. The Clapton version.
They have a little moment where they're like, it is what it is. And then, so that's House of the Holy. I think it's a good episode.
It's a solid episode. I say watch it. It's fun. I think you get good moments in there. Mm-hmm. Monster of the Week. Yeah, always fun. I like it. I think the priest is like my favorite character because he's just super chill with like
He's 100% chill.
As in like people come in and just interact with spirits or ghosts like on a daily basis.
Yeah.
They didn't have to give him the speech.
As far as he's concerned, they do.
No, I know, but like, okay,
as far as he's concerned,
but that's what I'm saying. What kind of church is this? Where he's like, oh yeah, no, that's fine. It's like, oh, just another one of these. But in his mind,
we're interacting with the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit all day, every day.
Oh man. All
right. So
he also says, "Oh my God," which Abby pointed out.
At the moment,
shout out Abby sitting next to us.
Abby is here. Abby is Nate's new BFF and GF.
Yeah.
GF.
Yeah, she's
just GF.
A good friend forever. No, I'm just kidding.
And she's not a Supernatural fan, but she watched with us, and so she had many interesting contributions.
Yes. But she doesn't have a mic.
There's
so
no
we'll
way.
Just relay
there's
what
no
she
way.
Says.
There's no way he would have taken the Lord's name in vain.
No.
If he saw a specter that appeared to be an angel, he would say, "Praise the Lord."
Yeah. Oh, holy God, what is this goodness?
Not oh my God.
Right, not oh my God. OMG. He went total OMG on us. All right.
OMG.
So we're watching that episode. How did our rules hit in that episode?
Do we want to talk episode by episode?
Why not? Let's change it up tonight.
Okay, but I didn't necessarily break it down
then
that
never
way.
mind. I felt like the rules were all right in that episode. We'll talk about it all at the end.
Okay, I'm sorry.
How does this show work?
Pause.
We get creative license with whatever we want on this because.
I could have put a little dash. If next time you want to talk about.
No, it's fine. I love the point of the show is that by the time we record this part, we're just drunk or tipsy, so it doesn't matter what we say or do.
No.
It does, but it doesn't.
That is literally the impetus of the podcast. All right.
Yes, so we get forgiven. All right.
Born under a bad sign.
Born under a bad sign. This episode came on, both you and I were like, oh,
it's this one.
Okay.
I roll. Let's just trudge through it.
Yeah, so.
It's a real slog.
Sam wakes up, doesn't know where he... Well, no, the episode starts Dean calling Sam.
Yeah.
Dean calling Sam, not knowing where he is. Calling everybody, trying to find out if they've seen him. And then it has Sam waking up, doesn't know where he is. Or Dean, finds him at a hotel.
He calls Dean.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
He calls Dean. All right, yeah, he calls Dean. Dean comes up, but he's woken up from this, not in a hotel at least 1 week, doesn't remember where he's been, doesn't remember anything he's done. Dean comes and finds him. Is like, you checked in under this name,
which could have been anywhere from 6 to 80 hours later.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, because he's stay right there.
I'll be right there.
I'll be right there.
We don't know where the one is and the other is. Mm-hmm. They could have been.
Which is a fun. That should be a new rule. Is if we just go, wait, how does the geography work on that? Or how does the time? What is this? That should be a new rule for us.
All right. So, but we didn't talk about this. Okay, so in House of the Holy, they're in a naked woman themed room. So they're in themed rooms in both episodes, and in
which I think went with the prostitute from the beginning because it seemed with
sex worker.
Sorry. You're the one who said that. Anyway, it was sex worker from the beginning because we had the magic
the
fingers
red light
bed.
district.
Yes,
yeah. So the room is naked lady themed. It's like Scatman Crothers from the Shining's room.
It's with lots of panels with what is very clearly Mudflap Girls or a silhouette from the opening of a Bond film.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, but in the second episode, it's a fishing themed room, and I'm obsessed with and in love with both.
And I should have paid more attention. I wanted to see if there's maybe Billy the Big Mouth singing bass or something on the back.
But I will say, as terrible as I think this episode is and how bored I was watching it, it is a memorable episode. So I was bored because I remember it.
We obviously remember it.
I was bored because I remember it.
Yes.
Anyway,
Sammy's we have to hang over this whole episode.
Yeah, this is their hangover episode. Although we're not counting it as borrowed plot because Hangover came out way after this.
Yeah. And they go to a gas station because they found a receipt and a pack of menthols. And they go to a gas station where the gas station clerk is get out of here. You came in, you whipped a bottle at my head, you stole these cigarettes.
And I will say this, I think it's believable if that giant, gorgeous man comes in and throws a bottle at you, you're going to remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I imagine any day you'd probably remember it, but especially if Jared Padalecki was whipping bottles around. And Dean kind of gets them to, after paying him with which I also love, whenever they get upset about spending money, oh man, it cracks me up because I'm like, you guys print your own money and have fraudulent credit cards. I get it takes a lot of effort, but what are you actually upset about? It's fake money. Anyway. So then we basically spend most of the episode like retracing Sammy's steps, which then leads us to the house of a fellow hunter
who's been murdered,
who's been killed, and Sammy's
we see
like
video footage of Sammy doing the deed, and it's all about like, you gotta kill me, Dean, you gotta kill me, Dean. That should be a new drinking game rule. Every time Sammy is like, would you just kill me, Dean? And Dean is like, no, I'm not going to. I'm not.
Does it happen?
He's not going to.
Does that happen? Because I feel like it happens a lot in certain seasons, and I feel like other seasons it maybe doesn't happen as much.
I feel like it's always there, like
always
Sammy,
happening.
you know.
Let's put it in there. We'll find out. That's the whole
then,
point.
but that's when the flippity flop happens.
Right, and that's when I forget when they make the big reveal that it's. I guess it's not till he goes to Joe. Right?
No, he punches Dean out.
Oh yeah. So yeah, he punches Dean, and
and then we know he's bad.
Right, he's a demon. He's got a demon in him.
And then we know he's sexy.
Yes. So sexy
and bad.
Black-eyed Sam then goes to the Roadhouse.
It's not the Roadhouse. Joe is on the run still from the H.H. Holmes episode.
Was I watching this?
Yeah. Joe is on the run, and so he tracks down Joe.
Okay.
And ties her up and uses her as bait.
Yeah, uses her as bait. Gets real creepy with her. Tells her that Dean likes her as a little. It says schoolgirl, which makes me just cringe.
Nope, don't like it.
And Dean, of course, shows up because he takes the bait, even though he knew it was bait.
Yep.
Chases him around, whatever. They run out hustling, tussling out of the bar with Joe.
No.
Like,
Sammy Demon Sam ballet leaps out a fucking window. And like somersaults into the night.
Yeah. The real Batman, like
6 foot, million foot Jared Padalecki, who we can only imagine is perhaps not the most delicate flower, just swan dives out a window and tumbles away into the night.
Yeah, like you do. Dean,
you do when you're literally the giantest handsome person.
I mean, I can't think of a window frame that his shoulders would fit through anyway, so it's all rather unrealistic. Anyway, Dean tells Joe not to come after him, which you didn't like.
I did not like it. I found that to be another instance of toxic masculinity.
I agree in one sense. In the other sense, I think that Dean it's just the way Dean is, because he's that way with Sammy. He's that way with, like, he's just like, no, if I'm going to die. I think it's just Dean's own martyrdom a lot of times.
Which is born in and a seed of the garden of toxic masculinity. You accept help. When people want to help you, you accept help. 2 heads are better than 1. 2 guns is better than 1. 4 eyes is better than 2. All of that.
I agree, but I don't think it's rooted in, like, he needs to be a man. I think it's rooted in he just doesn't want anyone to get hurt.
No.
This is a kid. This is someone who watched his mom die at like 5 years old.
No, it's rooted in fear.
Yeah,
it's
of
rooted
losing
in
people.
Self-protection. That's exactly right. But that is toxic, and that's not
But
healthy.
that isn't... but I see, and this, I guess that's just where I disagree, that it's exclusively masculine.
Oh, no, I just think it's exclusively toxic, and it is, by and large, more masculine than it is women.
I guess I would, yeah.
Women come together in times of crisis to help each other in the most, like, literal... old-timey sense of the word.
Right.
Like, and masculinity is to say, like, no, I need to Chuck Norris this or Clint Eastwood this and just be a lone gunman who hurts no one and blah, blah, blah. He should have accepted her up. Yeah. She has proven herself capable.
I'm in this situation for sure agreeing. I just, again, think that sometimes Dean's decisions, especially when it comes to Dean, are rooted in just Yeah, this is what we argue about. Anyway.
And damage, yeah. But, still, he would be looking out for Sam in a better way if he accepted the help of capable people who are offering to be on his side. Yes, he would be endangering them, but they're endangering themselves.
We will not hunt demons or anything, and we don't know what that'll do to your psyche. But
they go see Bobby.
We get to Bobby, and this is where the episode really picks up. Because Jim Beavers gets back into our life in this show. And I don't think Bobby has ever served a drink without a little garnish of holy water.
No, and everyone should know.
And that should just be something you expect. And this demon, who we find out is Meg, did not expect it. Oh, God.
And you hate that because you love Meg.
I love Meg. I'm sorry. As far as demon characters go, she's number 2 all time on my list. Because Crowley's number 1. But
okay.
At least right now.
I mean, I think Ruby's.
I do love Ruby. Oh, that's true.
Who we haven't even met at this point.
Yeah, we haven't met yet. All right, Ruby.
But don't you think, so Bobby, of course, has not only the holy water beer, but also a devil's trap. Mm-hmm. But I thought to myself, if I were a hunter, one thing I would have would be a car sunshade that has a devil's trap painted on it that you could just toss at people and it would open up and you trap them. They should have that.
Yeah. What about an umbrella with a devil's trap painted underneath it?
Oh, that's good too. Then you get them above and below. That'd be really good. Those would be things I had in the trunk.
Dear Kripke, whoever's
Eric
writing the show
Kripke.
In season 14.
But yes,
They basically Meg expels herself.
No, she binds herself.
She binds herself, and then Bobby
burns
the bind.
Which, by the way, Sammy doesn't have those scars in any later episodes, either of the binding or of the breaking of the bind.
Because he's branded. And Meg pieces out.
Out she goes.
She just dips out, obviously, to meet her another day. But I thought there was a lot of, when we first started this, I thought I recalled there being a lot of feelings exchanged between the two, because this is our first possession we get.
We just ignored them and talked about candy while it was happening.
That is what happened.
It was on.
That's why I think that they talked about Snickers way too much. All right. Show not sponsored by Snickers. Accepted. Snickers, throw us.
Are we ready to talk about drinking?
Yeah, let's talk about what happened in the drinking game.
All right, concussion happened twice.
And really, there was one scene where it should have accounted for about 17 drinks. Also, both these episodes were double because we had themed rooms in both of them. Let's say they were. They don't know. They're on the podcast. They don't know.
Look. I haven't edited the episodes yet, and we're still recording them, so I'm not sure if we have put in place everything's doubled if it's a theme room. If we have, then we should be really drunk.
We are unsure on whether in a previous episode we had a rule that we did not mention at the beginning of this episode.
Themed rooms, everything's doubled.
So we may have been drinking double.
Someone dies. Happened 3 times, and once we didn't know the person's name. Positive masculinity, we already said, happened twice. Broken furniture 3 times. Black eyes 3 times. Fake names once, and it was doubled and perhaps quadrupled because it was Richie Sambora from Bon Jovi.
Right, from Bon Jovi. Which was fun.
Join us next time.
Yes, please do.
I mean, the way things are going, we might record 2 years from now.
We're fine. We're good.
We're fine.
We're good. Okay. Join us for that. If you have any recommendations for a drinking rule, let us know at
rate, review, find us. We're at mostexcellentpod.com. We're at mostexcellentpod on the tweets, the Instagram. No, not the tweets, the Instagrams.
Where are you at on the tweets?
I'm at Krissy Letts.
And I'm at Nate MCW.
And you can find us both at NCT PHX. On Instagram, NCT Phoenix, all spelled out, on
the
Twitters.
Twitters, yeah.
And let us know if you're playing along with these rules and you find something that we missed. Let us know. Leave us a review.
If you're like, hey, you're not drunk enough, or hey, you're too drunk, let us know.
Thank you for listening. And while you're out there saving people and hunting things, please keep the Most Excellent Podcast motto in mind. Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.